Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Thief Gold. So last time, as a refresher, we robbed this new nobleman in town called Constatine by getting his sword. And we also found some very interesting information about this guy. Essentially, he is into the occult and paganism, basically, and magic. And we've found confirmation that he either steals, definitely kills people who trespass. So he's not a very jaunty fellow, even when compared to all the other nobles that we've robbed, and those are clearly not angels either. But this guy is a special nutcase, basically, and also his mansion was very confusing. I highly recommend you check out the previous episode if you haven't. And now we're gonna continue on, and let's get our payment.
Garrett, it's Victoria. I trust you made it back alive. You've done well, Garrett. Come with me and bring the sword. There is someone you have to meet. It's time for the payment you've been promised.
Yes.
A refreshment, Mr. Garrett. I'm in the possession of a superior brandy that has the most restorative effect.
I prefer my payment in cash, not liquor, Mr.
My apologies. I've been watching you, Mr. Garrett, so closely, in fact, that I'm afraid I'd forgotten we haven't actually met yet. I am Constatine.
All this time I thought you were gonna pay me. You've brought me here to kill me?
But you have it all wrong, Mr. Garrett. Would it surprise you to know that it was I who hired you to steal my own sword? Yes. You see, Victoria and I are...
Old associates.
Yes. You were being tested, do you understand? And I must say, you more than live up to your reputation. You are quite an extraordinary thief.
Testing me? What is it you want from me, Constatine?
I am a collector, Mr. Garrett. But there are some items that are not available for purchase. They must be acquired using other means. In this case, the item in question would be best acquired by thieving. Not simple thieving, no. I need an artist like yourself.
What exactly is this item?
It is the gemstone called the Eye, for its unusual
appearance.
Yes. Kept hidden in the sealed cathedral deep inside the halls of the scum Hammerites. Oh, but forgive me. You are possibly friendly with the Order of the Hammer.
No. Fanatics make unreliable friends.
Excellent. I am prepared to offer you quite a sum. 100,000 upon receipt of the Eye.
I don't see how I can refuse such an offer.
Marvelous. Victoria can fill you in on all the particulars. And Mr. Garrett, the sword, keep it. You have earned it, but also, I believe you'll find it useful in your quest.
The eye that Constatine wants is in the abandoned Cathedral of the Hammerites. The cathedral is located in a section of the city that was deserted years ago, after some kind of catastrophe. I've heard stories of the incident. Most are wild rumors about hordes of zombies and raging fires. Now that part of the city is walled off, and no one's allowed to go in. Not that many people would dare to in the first place. Maps of the area are easy to find in attics and old trunks, but like all of them, the one I've got is over 50 years old. I'll make my way through the ruins to the Hammerite Cathedral, and find a way inside. Once I get inside the cathedral, I'll have to locate the eye. Something tells me that this is not going to be easy, but for the amount I'm getting paid, I'm willing to take some serious risks.
Alright, the story is picking off. So, the Haunted Cathedral, we need to find the cathedral, that is our first step. Find a way to get inside the cathedral and steal the eye. Take the opportunity to steal other valuables. A valuable item called the Serpentine Torque is reputed to be somewhere in these ruins. We need to find it, so that's our special item for this mission. There also used to be a monument in this part of town called the Watchman's Grave that thieves would leave coins on for good luck. You have brought some coins, just in case. So this is a very interesting objective, this one, because it's not something we often get to see. Because normally extra objectives are just, ooh, steal this extra thing. But this is the first time that we actually have to leave something behind. Leave coins behind instead of taking coins away. Which I've always personally found this very strange, especially given how cynical Garrett is. I don't really see him as the type of person to be into the... to be a superstitious person, basically. And believe in stuff like good luck, but... you know, it is what it is. It is, at the very least, very unique when it comes to objectives. And, of course, exit the ruins. So, quite a lot we need to do. On normal, we only have to steal other valuables and get the eye. On hard, we have to get the Serpentine Torque only. And on expert, we also have to do this. Just so you know. Right. We actually get to keep Constantine's sword, and... yeah, as this explains here, basically all it does is... you know how normally when you take out your sword in the darkened areas, you basically become visible? Yeah, this is basically a blackjack. Like a blackjack version of the sword, essentially. Not useful whatsoever, by the way. Especially if you're playing on expert, because you're not allowed to kill people anyway. And even if you aren't playing on expert, it's way better to just whack people over the head, because if you kill them with the sword, they actually make noise and other guards will be alerted. If you simply knock them out, they won't be alerted. So this is basically worthless. What I always thought that the sword also did was it allows you to basically kill supernatural enemies like ghosts. But that is unfortunately not the case either. So basically it's just a cooler looking sword. That's pretty much it. So we already have some starter gear here, as you can see, but I'm gonna get some more. I'm not gonna get mines though. I don't need moss arrows. I'm gonna get some water arrows though. Definitely need those. Definitely need the holy water. There is a tip. An acquaintance is willing to sell you some pages from a journal that he claims belonged to a long ago fighter of the undead. I will showcase what this tip actually is once we get inside of the mission, if I don't forget. Now I'm just gonna grab all of this. I'm also gonna take some flash bombs, since flash bombs are actually quite useful against the zombies. The hordes of undead. And can I get anything else with this money? I can get a rope arrow. How many do I have? I have 5. That's pretty good. I mean, none of this money will carry over, so might as well. Oh, wait, how much is this? Oh, it's 200. Okay, you know what? Yeah, why not? Let's grab the tip. Normally, I never take these tips. Even on my first playthrough, I just avoided them outright. I only got like 1 or 2 tips in my very first playthrough, but might as well get it. And if we take a look at the map, we also had a preview of it in the introduction of the mission. Yeah, it's not clear at all. You can sort of tell there are some landmarks here that you will be able to recognize once you're inside of the mission. So to kind of sort of know where you are, but keep in mind that a lot of these streets are like blocked off, so you need to find alternate routes basically. Like for example here. So it's not as simple as, oh, just follow the Rubin Street down here and suddenly at the cathedral. No, you actually have to do a lot of backtracking. So the map is pretty much nearly useless in this mission. Alright, I'm gonna save. And right off the bat, we also have another tip here. Let's see. Department of Public Works, work order. The power grid control box for the neighborhood around Southern Rubin Street is located inside a residence. It should be in a public workstation like all other power grids control boxes. We may need to build a new maintenance cell in that neighborhood. If so, be sure to contact the Census Bureau so that they can update the map. It is important that all public workstations be marked on the map with the gear icon, but we haven't been vigilant enough about this. Okay, here's the tip. Those who fight undead fall into two groups, the resourceful and the slain. The well-prepared knight will arm himself well with holy water. Oh, that's us. However, a more convenient tactic, as well as one much less taxing on the purse, is to take advantage of the zombies' antipathy for all living creatures and look for other convenient targets to divert the pursuer. Excerpt from the Journals of Morgan, declared anathema by the Smith in Exile. Okay, I've never read this before. I thought that this was going to be revealing the location of a room that we're going to enter later on in the mission, which has some supplies to deal with the undead, stuff like mines and holy water. But no, this is literally just a generic gameplay tip. Very interesting. Okay, so one thing to note about this mission is that there's these control grids, control boxes, whatever you want to call these, scattered throughout the city. And once you flick them, they basically turn on the power in the sector that you're in. Normally, if you're smart, if you're trying to be stealthy, you would keep the electricity off, but I like to turn it on just so I can see what the heck I'm doing, because I prefer the combat over the stealth when it comes to zombies. Okay, over here at the very beginning of the mission, we have a very easy to miss piece of loot. Right down there. And if you recall, back in Assassins, in the attic of Lord, was it Randall? No, Ramirez. My bad. At the attic of Lord Ramirez's mansion, we actually had a note that mentioned this place, the old quarter of the city, and how it's haunted. And yeah, now we're actually here. So, if you read between the lines, or especially on subsequent playthroughs, you will actually see all of this. Almost foreshadowing in a way about future locations that you will be entering, which is pretty cool. I wish more modern games did stuff like that. Alright, so here we have several ways to go. We can either go this way, and this will actually lead us where we need to go, but I always take this route instead because there's a lot more loot down here in these tunnels. Okay, so here we have some much needed supplies, as well as a very hard to see piece of loot. We also have water arrows down here. Alright, so this is a new type of enemy. Crap. Failed to sneak up on him. So these guys are called Craymen. And these guys are honestly very dangerous. They're very beefy and relatively fast, especially in later missions. So you really gotta be careful around them. There's, I think, only 2 Craymen in this entire mission, but future missions will have a lot more of these guys. They're very weird as well. Their design is very surreal. I quite like them. Very unique. But otherwise, they just act like guards, basically. But instead of using swords, they use their claws as weapons. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, they play the exact same way as guards do. I'm pretty sure you can even blackjack them. But I usually go for the sword, because blackjacking doesn't always work. Even if they haven't spotted you. At least in my experience. Okay, so this open chamber has 4 corners, and each corner has a piece of loot. So we have a purse over there. In the middle we have a key, which will become relevant later. Here we have a goblet. On this side we have a pot, and on this side I think another purse. No, another goblet. Okay, there we go. And let's continue going this way. There are these little areas where you can hide. For some reason, even though these tunnels are completely empty. Maybe this is a leftover from the beta, and maybe they had more enemies down here, who knows. Also, here's a funny glitch that I noticed on one of my other playthroughs. These mushrooms are floating. And this is not a glitch with Thief Gold. Thief 1, like the original Thief, also has these same mushrooms here, and they're also floating. So somehow they missed that little detail there. Oh, and those ones as well. Very strange. And here we have a sewer. Yes, I think it's supposed to be a sewer. Very easy to miss goblet there. Again, I know most of these because of my 100% playthrough. Most of the loot here. And also because of the fact that I've played this game several times. I've played this a lot more than Thief 2. Even though Thief 2 is my favorite. Actually, unpopular opinion, Thief 3 is my favorite game in this series. For most people it's Thief 2, but for me it's Thief 3. But that's partly because I have a soft spot for it, since it was the first Thief game I ever played. Okay, so down here we have a few barracks, and these won't be the only barracks that we're gonna run into in this mission. Down this way we have more loot. A golden plate on one of these, I think on this one. Yep. Am I stuck? I was almost stuck. Jeez. Got a little bit worried there. Pop a quick save. Right, I actually don't know where this leads, because I... Oh yeah, it leads in a... Actually, no, it's not a dead end. Huh. I've never used that pathway before. Normally what I do, because I like to flick on the power stations, is I go back here. And there's a ladder that you can climb to the next power station. Right up here. This is my preferred route. So again, keep in mind that this is just my preferred route. There's many other ways to go about exploring every one of these maps. So even if you're one who has never played the game and is watching, is like being exposed to the game for the very first time from these videos, I still highly recommend you check out the game for yourselves, because maybe you will find a different route to go when playing these missions. So there's the barber shop. If we open our map, we can actually see it right over there. And that has some loot, but that is actually the intended route to go to Cathedral Street, but as you can see, it is blocked off, so we need to find another way. Yeah, it even has the signs there. So we need to find another way to Cathedral Street. And here we have some zombies. Fantastic. We also hear something else. We have ghosts. Now these guys, you can actually kill them with your sword, which is hilarious. It makes absolutely no sense, but maybe they did it this way because otherwise it would be kind of unfair. Because if they spot you, they start firing literally skulls, like skull projectiles at you, which do a ton of damage. I believe they kill you in 2 hits, actually, at least on expert. And in my headcanon, the reason why Garrett can actually kill these guys is because of Constantine's sword. So let me... It takes 3 flash bombs to kill a single zombie. However, if you get a group of zombies, then it will damage all of them, not just one zombie. So keep that in mind. That's a bit, you might say that's a bit of a waste, but I would rather keep my holy water on me. Because there are areas with a lot more zombies bunched up together that I would rather use my holy water on. So here we have a plate. Can either go downstairs or go back the way I came. I think I'm gonna go down. Now, this map can be kind of confusing, not gonna lie. To this day, I still get lost in it. This is not a fan favorite mission. It's not bad, but it's not great either. It's like a mid-tier mission for me. I do love the vibes of this mission, but the layout... I mean, the layout is okay in my opinion, but it could have been better, I suppose. And of course, the gameplay is the weakest part, if you ask a lot of people, because it's kind of sort of focused on combat, rather than... Again, it's another one of those tomb raiding missions. There's another ghost.
What?
Yeah, there's 2 ghosts roaming this area. Oh, that zombie is stuck. What a noob. Right, where am I going next? Right, okay, well, there's this area. There is another area with some more loot, I think, that I'm missing, but might as well handle this area for now. There's a lone brick here. Got him. This is the way I normally take to proceed with the mission, the sewers, but there is a few more areas that I would like to explore first. Including this room up here, which has some fire arrows. Now, these are going to be very important for us later. You see why. Where is my... rope arrows is... Rope arrows are 8 and not 7. I keep pressing 7. There's another zombie up here. There's only 2 of them though, thankfully. Alright. Potion there. Very easy to miss. I believe there's some holy water around here as well. There is a tiara up here. Again, very easy to miss. And behind this door we have some more supplies. This is actually a very nice area. So this is actually the area that I was talking about, that I thought that the tip was supposed to tell you. Like that this area exists and you should seek it out. But no, apparently it's just a generic gameplay tip. So here we have some more fire arrows. And a chest with something, I don't even know what. But yeah, this area right here. Behind this door we have a lot of supplies. So again, you can tell that I never buy and read those tips, because I had no idea that this tip didn't actually mention this area. Because I found this normally. Okay, now, this is, I think... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the only area in the entire game which has a live mine. So, if you enter this room, you will die. You have to shoot the mine with the arrow. Yeah, we have some stuff here. It's actually not as much as I remember there being. Huh. Either way, very useful. And I'm blasted if I can find that holy water, so instead I'm going to get some loot. Yeah, right here. So there are some rafters up there. Can shoot a rope arrow up there. And right here we have some very well hidden loot. If we go down this way, I'm pretty sure we will just end up back at the... Yeah, back at this starter place here. Although... Oh no, this is a different area. But yeah, if we keep going down this way, we'll end up at the very start of the mission. So instead, you know what? I'm actually gonna go through the sewers because I remember the areas that I wanted to go to, the areas that I'm basically missing because they have some loot, and we can actually, come on, we can actually get there through the sewers. So I'm gonna do that. Now, honest to God, I have never ever gone down that path. I have no idea where that leads. So I encourage you guys to check it out when you actually play this game for yourselves. Or you can just tell me if you've already played it in the comments. But yeah, if we keep following the sewer here, there is a bit of loot down here as well. But more importantly, it's going to lead us to a area which will allow us to progress. Down here, there's another easy to miss piece of loot. I might have to use a breath potion here, though, because that does delay me. Can I make it without wasting a breath potion? Barely. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I've almost never had to use breath potions because the developers did playtest the game. Something that's rare these days. And that is why you always have just barely enough breath to make it through each area. So the breath potions are more so there just to help you out if you're like struggling or whatever, if you're a new player. Now this crayman here, I normally just snipe him. Believe it or not, they do take damage to broadhead arrows. Only 3 hits. Over here we have the same key that we picked up in those caves. No loot, unfortunately. But we do have the rafters where we need to go. There we have it. I need to lockpick this door. And you hear a lot of zombies behind this door. This is the perfect area for some mines. I always resort to using mines here because we have like, I think between 5 and 7 zombies. So the mines are very, very useful here. You just throw a bunch of them out there in the open and they will eventually run into them just like that. And because they also make noise when they land, they do alert the zombies towards the mine. So what I do is I just throw one at a time and wait until it explodes and then throw the next one. I only have 3 mines now. Normally I have up to 5, so I don't know where I could be missing some, but... And any stragglers left, I usually just get them with holy water. Let me actually prepare that. I have 17 water arrows and 4 holy water flasks, so I'm good. Alright, so here we have this area. We have some stables here. They basically are useless. They have nothing in them. We have this bridge. And what's cool is that there are 2 ways to go about this. The sewers isn't the only way. The other way is you can actually come here naturally, like normally. And you can, if you're a good shot, you can actually aim at the buttons and hit them with an arrow to lower the bridge as well. Oh, and I guess this answers my question. If you follow the sewer the other way, you're gonna end up here as well. So that's pretty cool. And right here we have the loot that I was thinking about earlier. That I almost missed. So here we have, I'm pretty sure this is the bank. Or what used to be a bank. Yeah, and we have a single diamond. Nothing else. Single diamond left behind. And over here, up on these rafters, we have a vase. And that's the loot that I actually wanted to get. But there was no need to backtrack for it. Now, here is something that is... I don't know how easy this is to miss, because I missed it on my first playthrough, but there is a door up there. A very strange place for a door. But you can actually get to it, and you can open it. You have to pick it. And here we have this sort of isolated section of the district, of the quarter, with this fancy looking house. Now you can either pick this lock or you can move the rug, which is again, I'm pretty sure this script is only ever used in this mission. To get the key and open the door that way. And this key actually works for all doors inside of here. Now I'm actually going to turn the lights off and camp out here because there are 2 enemies that come down here. And I want to get both of them. I might have to fight one of them too. Yeah, you can hear them. These enemies right here are called Haunts, and they're basically jacked up Hammerites. They're just as strong as Hammerites, but also twice as fast. They are weak to holy water though, because they're undead. And they also make very creepy sounds. These things gave me nightmares when I first played this game. But they're very easy to fight. You just circle around them. Actually, I just remember that the Bone Horde has us fight one of these guys, but with lowered health. So we've already seen these technically, but this is sort of their first, I guess, quote-unquote proper introduction. Yeah, here we have some loot. And upstairs we're actually going to find the Serpentine Torque, which is one of our objectives. We have 2 chests that we can... I don't think the key works on the chests. I'm pretty sure it only works on the doors. Okay, and down here we have the Serpentine Torque. There we go. We still need 2,000 loot. How much do we even have right now? Oh, we're almost there. Nice. So the Serpentine Torque does count to your loot go. So I guess most of the special loot items actually count to the loot go. I somehow never noticed that. I thought it was the opposite. That most of them were like Lord Baffert's scepter. A separate item, but I guess not. Alright, and now I think we should be good to go to continue with this level normally. Alright, so this key, the other key that we got, opens up this power station here. Let's turn on the power, let there be light. Piece of loot there. Alright, so here... I'm going to climb up here. Because there is some stuff up there. So first of all, easy to miss piece of loot. Jump up here. And right there we have a vase. Up here we have some arrows, I believe. Yep, some fire arrows, to be precise. Before I go down there though, you can actually come to this balcony here. Need to pick this lock. And down there is the Watchman's Grave that we need to leave coins on. This area is always annoying because there are some spiders there and they will get alerted to you once you climb down, unless you turn off the power, but I don't want to do that. I like a challenge. So what I recommend doing is preparing a rope arrow like that. Otherwise you're gonna scramble for a rope arrow while they're chasing you and you're likely to take damage. Prepare the coins, do a quick save and jump. Leave the coins behind and climb back up, and there you go. Simple as that. So that is both of our extra objectives done. Now all we need is some more loot and to find the cathedral. And thus the eye. Alright, now let me climb back up here. Or not. That also works. God, this game's physics are very, very glitchy. Okay, pick my arrow back up and come down here. Some mine over there. That's gonna come in handy. This just leads back to that other room with the chest. And this over here. That leads back to the street. And what does this lead? Oh, okay. That leads to the... So there is a fire shadow there. This is the only other mission besides the Bone Horde that has these guys. And that's, again, because you need fire arrows in order to complete this mission. Even on normal. And we just met our loot objective. So to prevent soft locking, you have that guy. He roams down here. And that way just leads back to that other place where we were just at. Up here we have a spider cave with some more loot. We just snipe this guy. Piece of loot here and another piece of loot over here. We also drink this health potion. Now there's several ways out of here. You can either break the boards here or climb up that way. I usually take this pathway, even though it leaves you very much exposed. There's a lot of bricks here, so you gotta be careful. I can take them on because I'm well versed in this game's combat, but I do not recommend doing this if you're a new player, that's for sure. Once they're on low enough health, they'll start running away from you. So they'll no longer engage in combat, which is good. I'm gonna use some fire arrows on this guy. Not to worry, even if I run out, the fire shadow is there, so we can just get some more fire arrows from that guy. Once you hear that sound, it means that they're running away. You can actually... Yeah, this is actually the sewer, so you can skip all the way out here. So again, very good level design overall. I do want to actually kill all of these guys, just because they tend to get in the way, even when they're running away like that. They're stuck. Okay, hold on, let me prepare some more. Oh, never mind, they got unstuck. Alright, well, in the meantime, now that we can explore in peace, there is some stuff here for us. There's this door we can pick, and I'm pretty sure it has... I think it has a health potion, actually, which is gonna be useful right now. Oh, breath potion. Close enough. We really don't need breath potions right now. Get back here. There we go. I think that's all the bricks in this area. I really hope so anyway. Here is the last power station. Up here we have some loot. You have to use a rope arrow. Unfortunately, you cannot grab on there without a rope arrow. Kind of annoying, but oh well. Alright, let's go back to this area because there is some more stuff here. Let's climb up here, and then if we go up this way, we have some more fire arrows and a note. The foolish old man who currently owns the Serpentine Torque lives on a barren side street west of the Cathedral Street drawbridge. I visited his small but wealthy residence last week in order to purchase the torque from him, but he obstinately deflected my arguments and offers. He says it is a custom of his people to present the gift of such beauty to their brides-to-be before marriage. At 70 years of age, I don't know what sort of maiden he thinks will be tempted to wed him. I'm not sure if I should now proceed to use force or perhaps find a way to pilfer the torque from him. I understand that there is a thief one can hire who lives nearby, close to the Perrin Street. So this note actually reveals two things to us. It reveals the location of the Serpentine Torque, in case we still haven't gotten it. And it also reveals, I guess this is the note that actually reveals the that hideout with the stuff that we got, like the flash bomb and the mine and whatnot. But we've already gotten both of those. And also, this is a very easy area to miss. I honestly never even knew this area existed until like my 8th playthrough of this game. So I was very confused as to where the Serpentine Torque was on my first playthrough. Yeah, that way leads to the fire shadow, so we don't want to go down there. No need to, really. We have more than enough fire arrows. We only really need one fire arrow. Okay. This area is important. We will come back here later. For now, let's just keep going towards the cathedral. Because if we take a look at our map, we're almost there. We're currently in Aldale Street. Get rid of that guy. And I'm pretty sure that's the last brick that we have to deal with. Some loot there. And we have some more loot in this fallen tower here. Not quite the last piece of loot though. There's one more diamond that we can get right where the cathedral is. Okay, so here I'm going to prepare some holy water. Because there's two ghosts. There's one up there that we have to snipe. And the other one we can just sneak up behind him and murder him the good old-fashioned way. By backstabbing him. Backstabbing a ghost. Thankfully he didn't hear his buddy go down, so we'll just sneak up behind him. And this is the last piece of loot. At least I hope it is. Let me see. I don't remember how much loot there is, but yeah, I think that looks about right. 2655 or 35 actually. I might be missing some loot. And here we are at the cathedral. Warning, great evil resides in this place and it is no longer fit for men. The doors are sealed to protect us from that which lies within. Do not remain here. So right off the bat you can see this is a very video gamey. There's 4 talismans that we need to find. And don't worry, even though this mission has been dragging on for a while now, we don't actually get to find these in this mission. We'll find out more about that if we go around the back of the cathedral.
Comes a man to rescue me. Poor man. The keepers have sealed the door. And only they know how to open them. Cross you the bridge to the grotto of the keeper's sentinel. Stand you on the pedestal and illuminate the statue with fire. Then can you discover the secret of the talisman.
So that is the eye that we need to get. Clearly it has magical powers. And we already know from Constatine that he's into the occult and magic stuff like this. Oh, wow, he actually speaks again. Okay, I did not know this. And he's gonna keep talking in my head. Great. I guess that makes sense in case you missed it. So as the eye suggests, in order to discover where the talismans are being kept, we need to enter this very obvious keeper area, because the whole log of the keepers is like the keyhole. Oh, here we have a healing potion. And I think this chest also has a fire arrow. But yeah, clearly Constatine is evil. I highly doubt he has anything wholesome planned for this eye once he has it. I mean, it talks to us and everything, and it's like flying in midair. I really don't understand why Garrett can't just like reach out to grab it. Maybe he could use like a stick or something, but whatever. It is what it is. So there's a statue, and we have to shoot at it with a fire arrow, which will illuminate those 2 torches, basically, and it will open up this secret passageway here.
Looks like this place was built by my old pals, the Keepers. I wonder what they're hiding in here.
So to get past this, you need to... This is not working. Hello? Ah. This is not working. You need to basically stand on this thing and you'll see it go down. And you also need to put the statue pieces on the other pedestal, but I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there we go. Now it is. And you also need to stand on it because it starts going up again. Great. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, very simple puzzle, very old school. Kind of annoying, though. There we go. Okay, here, obvious traps. They'll fire arrows at you if you step on those. And here, you have two options. You can either pick the door or use a rope arrow because you can hear that wall moving towards you. But I don't know if this is because of New Dark or what, but it's moving very, very slowly. This is a lot slower than it moves normally. I think it might be because of New Dark, but yeah. You can either do that or you can just pick the door. You have more than enough time, especially when it moves so slowly. And here we have two rooms. Let's see what's in this one. We have talisman maybe? And a key, and also two notes. Keeper Andros, we are relieved to hear that you have successfully contained the destruction. It was for just such a contingency that the elemental wards have been saved for these many years, and we support your decision to use them now, as the peril that you have described is grave indeed. We urge you to hide the talismans with great care, as their discovery could lead to another such catastrophe. We worry also that your actions have exposed the truth of our existence to the world, which we must not allow. Yours in knowledge, Keeper Lucas. Keeper Lucas, we have received word of your fears and we understand and indeed share them. We did not lightly take the decision to involve ourselves in this matter. However, we believe that we were compelled to act. Were the trickster not opposed, he could bring destruction upon the entire city and upon us as well. We have endeavored to conceal our efforts as best we can. I can only hope that we have been successful. Yours in knowledge, Keeper Andros. So apparently what happened here in this quarter of the city, which is clearly haunted, like a catastrophe happened, has something to do with the eye that we're about to steal and give to this rich man. Like, I don't know Garrett or how he doesn't see this, but yeah, here's the map. So in the original game, you have two areas with two talismans, basically. But in Thief Goat, each talisman is in a separate area. So the water talisman is in downtown, the fire talisman is in Newmarket, the earth talisman is in Hightown. The water talisman is in Old Quarter, and this is the air talisman in downtown. Alright, so that's the location, and let's read this. Upon this map are the locations of the elemental talismans, which alone can unlock the wards placed upon the cathedral door. Their locations are recorded here in the event that we may one day find it necessary to re-enter the cathedral. The portal key in the library must be used to access the lost city entrance, where the talisman of fire is being kept. The water talisman has been hidden in a shrine located in the caverns below the old quarter of the city. The talisman of air is being kept by the Hammerites, and the earth talisman was left to the Hand Brotherhood. So in Thief 1, in the original Thief, not the Goat edition, the Lost City actually contains the Talisman of Fire and Water, and the Hammerites have the Talisman of Air and the Talisman of Earth. So the other two missions, basically, that Thief Goat adds are the ones with the talismans. The Earth Talisman and the Water Talisman. And there we go, mission complete. Very, very strange objectives here. There is absolutely no way to complete these objectives, by the way. This is scripted. So we found the cathedral, but we did find a way to get inside the cathedral, but we couldn't really do it yet because we need to go all around the city to gather these stupid talismans. We grabbed 2,000 in loot, we located and sold the Serpentine Torque, we left some coins on the Watchman's grave for good luck. For some reason we did not exit the ruins. I guess it's because of those trials that we have to go through. It basically makes it impossible to exit that area, so I guess we'll never know how Garrett managed to escape there. And we got the portal key out of the Keeper Library. Let me save. So that means that next mission we're gonna go after our first of the 4 talismans. And I'm already gonna tell you that the next mission is another Thief Gold level, and it's also another really bad one. Don't worry, not all of the Thief Gold levels are bad. The last one is actually pretty good. We've played for 34 minutes and we got all the loot. Very nice. So far, I've gotten all the loot in almost all the missions, actually. I think the only mission I didn't get all the loot in was the second one. Pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, that's gonna be it with this episode. Tomorrow we're gonna start getting the talismans. So we're gonna get 3 of the 4 talismans that we need by the end of this week, basically. And then next week, the final talisman and get the eye. Surely nothing bad will happen afterwards, surely. But until then, thank you all very much for watching and have a good one. Bye bye.